Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 5K from WCOOP 2025. Got Lip Piv on the final table, Herring Boy, European Pads. Ramunculus is back, Padilla is back. We got Darwin, Rate a Lot, Surf Lamin with a couple of ducks. On the button, they'll let that one go. Everybody's saying GL, have fun. Got 101K up top for the victory. Thanks to KalipokerTV Poker Replays for the replay. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and KalipokerTV Poker Replay, so you can go check out some poker action in silence. 4-4 gets a free turn here for Rate a Lot from the small blind European. Makes two pairs, aces and sevens. Just sweating a 4 on the river. They bet quite large and they'll just take the pot down. Rate a Lot with no draw here. Was an interesting little check back on the flop, however. Flush draw out there. Anyways, we're moving along. European. Looks like they're in first place now after that pot. Or just behind Pads, sorry. My math is off. King Queen Pads comes in for the open. Padilla in the big with a 10 and a 3 of the same suit. They'll let that one go. So we got 11K locked up. We only got like a 2 grand ladder, not even that. 13,000 for 8th, 17, almost 18,000 for 7th. Looks like about 24 grand for 6th place, almost 32,000 for 5th. 42.5 grand for 4th place. 3rd place gets $56,000 with some change on top of that. 75K for 2nd and 101 for 1st place. Rate a Lot with another small pocket pair. 3-3 will come in for the open, covering the 4 or 3 remaining players in the hand. Ramunculus in the big will defend. 7-6-0. We get an 8-3-2 flop middle set. Rate a Lot will bet on the 3 flush board, and 7-6 high, no draw. We'll get the fuck out of there, dude. It was about a third pot size bet by the set, for those who are curious. Ace Jack suited. Herring Boy will come in for the early position open. 7-7 for Ramunculus. Just going to fold the small blind. We got Ace Queen for Pads in the big. Personally, I just call, but it makes a lot of sense to 3-bet Herring Boy in this position. Herring Boy looks to be in 4th place. Put a lot of pressure on him. Instead, Pad says, let's just take it post, play it reasonably. 9-5-2 flop. Ace Queen, super strong holding. Obviously, still could be the best holding. Gonna check call on this flop. Sizable bet by Herring Boy. This is not easy to proceed for Ace Queen, if we're being honest. I think we still have to call one. Pads does find some folds, anywho. Nice to see the Ace Queen hang in there for a bet. We get the King of Hearts on the turn, completing the rainbow. Not an ace or queen. Again, Pads is going to have a hard time hanging in there, but Ace Jack of Diamonds is also going to have a hard time firing another bet. Ace Jack will just check it down to the river. No surprises there. 6 of spades. This probably goes check, check. Ace Queen will just take the 12 blinds in the middle. Would be kind of nice to see Herring Boy fire out a bluff, but like you're targeting so little. Some sort of like 5x. That might have made 2 pair on the 6 river. Pads goes deep in the tank here. 8-7 made a straight and 3-4 for whatever that matters. Pads rips it all in. 2x overbet the pot. Ace Queen. Surely that's a bluff, but the bet will get through. What a play by Pads with the ace and the queen. Little bit of a spot here for Darwin. 10 blinds. I rip it in here every time, I think. We're in second last place. Ace Jack suited. Rate a Lot opens. I think we're just all in here looking for some jacks and clubs. Hopefully Darwin finds a way to get away from it. 9.5 blinds. I didn't think we were going to 3-bet non all in, but 6 is pretty well sticking our stack in there. Like, I didn't think he was going to make it 4 and preserve 6 or something like this. Now we're just going to get this in pre. Ace Jack, looking for clubs dealer. Chop pot, none of it. 4 of diamonds on the river, and Darwin is out of here. Right, a lot. We'll take down a 20 blind pot, getting it in good there. Lip Piv with a couple of kings. Lip Piv, strong ass player. King under the gun, 6.5 blinds. Is in a little bit of a pickle here. Almost all of your range does just rip it in. Aces might limp it in. But even then, you got 6.5 blinds. You should probably just rip it in. Sucks when you get it through, of course. But you got 6.5 blinds, dude. 10-10. Serve Lamin will come in for the min raise. 17 blinds for them. Padilla with ace queen. Sees the under the gun open. We got 13 blinds. There's some shorties, but we're one of them. And we got a strong ass holding. We're probably taking the spot here with ace queen. Can't really call here. We could always 3-bet tiny as fuck. But even then, we're probably just ripping it in, I think. There's the tiny ass 3-bet. 3.5 blinds to go by Padilla. Like, you look around at the table, everybody's got folds except Surf Lamin. Just be a rip, but this is kind of a sexy play. Padilla, 3.5 blinds. Less than your original opening size. Oh boy. I think this is just a jam and a call, right? Like, it's spicy, but I think we still get the same result. Does 10-10 ever just hit the muck? No way, dude. No way. 10-10 all in, Surf Lamin. Do we ever call 1.5 blinds into 9.5? We do just call ace high board. I guess we get away from it. Do we just preserve 9.6 blinds? We got the backdoor flush draw. No backdoor straight draw for 10-10. We obviously have the boat draw. We see another tiny ass bet. I love it by Surf Lamin. I would have just ripped in 10s. But why not just call 1.5, see a horrific flop, and then get the fuck out of there? Like, I doubt it's like king at that point. Like, would that still bet stupid small on the ace high board with a flush draw? I don't know, dude. That's a spicy spot by Padilla. 3.5 blinds. Interesting play. Ace 10 suited. Serve Lamin in the big. Lip Piv with ace 8. Hopefully just folds from the small. Pads with the open with the queen and the 9. Ace 8 takes the spot. Ace 10 hits the muck. Queen 9 for pads. Doesn't really have a call here, right? We'll see if they run the numbers here, but feels like you're always behind, sometimes dominated. How good is the price, though? 3.5 to call with 2.2 behind, so it's about a 5.7 blind investment into a pot of, why am I doing math this early in the morning? I don't know. I didn't even get to do the calculation. Pads calls with the queen 9. Should have started doing the math earlier on in the hand. Ace 8 probably just sticks in 2.2 blinds, hoping for the best. No, they check it on over. I'm lost. King 5-4 flop. Both players miss. Queen or 9. Pads will take down the pot. The bet doesn't get through. We go to the turn for free. The 10 of diamonds. I've never seen chip preservation mode like this before. Like, Surf Lamin just dunks the ace 10 suited instantly. Lip Piv's 3-bet from the small is pretty strong. You know, Pads is opening wide, though. Padilla with the tiny ass. 3.5 blind 3-bet. Surf Lamin calls 10-10. And in this hand here, we're just checking ace high and queen high with 2.2 blinds behind, 13 in the middle. It's like chip preservation. Life is so important. Queen 9 with the straight draw, blocking the flush draw. Checks 8 on the river. Lip Piv makes a pair. Personally, I just would have stuck ace 8 in on the flop. Oh, here we are, making a pair of 8s on the river. It's hard to check fold, right? You know, something like ace 5 ever call you? What a stupid spot. 2.2 blinds go in. Queen 9? I don't know, man. It's 2.2 blinds into 17. Hard to imagine your opponent ever has a bluff here. Queen 9 with the hero call. Probably just a fold. Nice play by bats. Interesting call facing the 3-bet pre. Lip Piv gets called, picks up a nice pot, 15 blinds for them. Ace Queen for Ramunculus. Ramunculus. Open into 2. Not too much behind here. Queen 10 suited for serve limit. Not really a 3-betting hand. Likes to call and see pots likes to play some post flop pots. Queen 10 suited, super deep. I have a short stacked. You don't really want a 3-bet rip. No, you don't. Anyways, Ace Queen got through pre. Ace 10 for pads this time around. Padilla with 8-7-0 in the big blind. Rada lots aggressive with an ace in the small. They'll let that one go. Eight, 7 in the big. Doing some math here. Chips mean a lot. Yeah, about 18 blinds behind. 1 to call. Padilla does just think better of it and finds the fold. Pads with ace queen. They'll be right back in there. Ace jack for Lip Piv with a jack dead. A couple of hearts dead. Hopefully we don't 3-bet the ace jack, but there is a chance we could make it like 4.5 blinds instead of ripping it in here. We could go for a small 3-bet. I don't think we call. We could open, or not open fold, but just fold. But I think a small 3-bet comes in most likely. And then also ripping is also pretty likely. Just a big 3-bet to 10 blinds. Effectively putting in all their stack. They got 5 behind. Ace Queen. Tough spot for pads. Sometimes you do see Ace Queen fold facing this 3-bet, effectively ripping it all in. Ace Queen hits the muck. The Ace Jack takes it down pre. Nice play by Lip Piv to get the job done. Ace King for Rada lot. It's one of those spots for pads there. You don't really want to take a flip. You're behind a lot of Ace King. Every once in a while there's an Ace Jack bluff. I don't even know if Ace 10 comes in for a bluff pre-flop here with a 3-bet by Lip Piv in that situation. But anyways, we got Ace King suited for Rada lot, opening it up. Pads with the small pocket pair in the big blind, just plays call. Sees a nasty flop. King Jack 8. 2 spades for Rada lot with the top pair, top kicker. Pads has 1 out. No backdoor at equity. No backdoor straight draw. No backdoor flush draw. Sees a small bet and we'll get the hell out of there. Good flop for Rada lot, but no action really, so that kind of sucks. Ace 4 suited, serve limit off of 12, last place position. A min raise could come in here. We got European in the big, who's been kind of quiet. Serve limit will just get the hell out of there anywho. European has been kind of quiet. Just looks like they've been dealt bullshit. Padilla with ace 7 of diamonds will come in for the open. Probably just take it down pre here. 2.2 blinds is the open size off about 17. Jack 2, European. Lets that go, of course. Ace 10 for serve limit. King Jack suited for Padilla. Min raise. Padilla might just fold King Jack suited. It's a very pretty hand. Small 3-bet seems kind of nasty here. Serve limit only has 12 blinds. Yeah, just find the fold with King Jack suited, unfortunately. Kind of looks like another one that will just get through pre-flop. Herring Boy with a Queen 5 in the big. Nothing they can do there. Hanging out with 16 blinds. Herring Boy, a very aggressive player, picks up a pocket pair of 9s. E7 suited for Padilla. Padilla will open to 2.2. 99. We'll rip it all in. 16 blinds for Herring Boy. Queen 9 hits the muck. Ace 7 just hits the muck as well, facing the 3-bet all in. Although Padilla hasn't let go of it yet. There we go. There's the fold. 9-9. We'll get it through. 20 blinds for Herring Boy. Then they get King Queen suited. Probably not gonna like to see this here. Ace Queen for rate a lot will open under the gun. Oof. I don't know if we call. We could always 3-bet small. But no, that's Herring Boy. Sorry. Herring Boy rips it all in with the King Queen suited. We'll see if we get another Ace Queen fold pre-flop. Got the King Queen of spades. Herring Boy just showed up with 9s. They get called by the Ace Queen looking for a 10 or some spades. Just a 10 will do. King on the river's no good. Rate a lot takes down another big pot. 65 blinds for him. Ace 2 in the big. That's no good. We got a Queen Jack suited for Padilla who will open under the gun. Ramunculus 1 seat to their left with Ace Queen. We'll just rip it in. 12 blinds. Should just fold around to Padilla who will also let go of their suited connected holding. I doubt Ramunculus folds. I don't think we call here either. A non-all-in 3-bet could come in. Ramunculus makes it 8. Effectively ripping it in here. 6 to call into 18. We still don't find it. There would be like not many blinds behind. King Jack for Ramunculus. They'll come in for the open pads with Ace 10. European with Ace 9. 2 big stacks with some 3-betting potentials here. Like European with Ace 9 doesn't like a call necessarily. They've been snug. They could have just said, let's go for a small 3-bet. Europeans thinks better of it. The short stacks. Raise will get through pre-flop. Ramunculus up to about 19 blinds now. There we go. European gets a hand to play. Ace 8 of clubs will open it up to 2 blinds. Rate a lot with King Jack on the button. The biggest stack. We could see a 3-bet here. A 4-bet by European would be crazy, dude. There's a small 3-bet. 3 blinds by rate a lot. Well, this doesn't look like value. What does European elect to do facing it? I don't know, man. Do we just call? Good 4-bet, take the pot down a lot. We probably don't have to go too big. No, we don't. 9 blinds. Some 3-bets are this big. It's a 4-bet pot. Under 10 bigs. 6 to call for rate a lot in position. We'll just find the fold there. Interesting little 3-betting size facing European. They get King, King. Ace 5 for serve limit will fold. Deuces for pads in the big. Probably just calls. Queen 10. Ramunculus will fold the small. 45 blinds for pads. I don't think we want to get too crazy here. Rate a lot super aggressive. We do just call. Little 9-9-4 flop. Paired board with a flush draw. Rate a lot will bet like 1.5. Maybe even a 3rd pot. Oh, we just check it back. Make top boat. Check it back. Make top boat. Have the board locked up. Do we give him a free river or just start betting now? Rate a lot says we got to build a pot here. 2 flush draws out there. Top boat bets, takes the pot down. Queen 8 for Ramunculus. Queen 8, 17 blinds, 2 big stacks in the blinds. Feels like we have to open, but it is kind of scary. Looks like we'll just get a call by European in the big blind with 10-9-0. Pads with a 6 and a 3, we'll let that go, of course. See a little 10-9-7 action. Nope, we get an Ace King 10 flop. Bottom pair versus straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Good board for Ramunculus. They'll go for a bet. Probably about a 3rd pot, maybe even less. Do we ever size up in this situation? Try to get a 10 to get fold right on the flop. We get about the 3rd pot size bet. A pair of 10s for European. Says there's some smaller pocket pairs that might go for a bet on the flop here. Probably not too much weaker 10x. Obviously we lose to an ace or a king. European does just fold right on the flop there with the best of it facing the straight draw. King Queen for Padilla, 11 blinds, suited and booted. Yikes. We might rip it in. Getting 3-bet sucks so much. We stick in 6.5 blinds. Lip Piv with the pocket pair of 7s in the big blind. This is not an amazing spot. Obviously, we would be flipping the slightest of equity favorites. Lip Piv will stick it in. Yeah, it's like 51%. Anyways, we're looking for a king or queen. Good board for Lip Piv. Good turn. No. King or queen on the river. 23 blinds will slide over to Lip Piv. It's a nice stack for them in this situation. They are only in 4th, but the chance to get back in the game. 26 bigs is plenty. Queen 4 for Serve Lamin. Facing the King 5 suited, open under the gun by the big stack, rate a lot. Open will get through pre. Got a king and a jack in the small for Serve Lamin. Folds around to him. They'll rip it all in and take it down pre. Oh boy. Queen 10 for Lip Piv. Ace 5 for Homunculus. 9-8 suited, right a lot. Sees the open. Probably not 3-betting. Do we ever call? Probably not, right? Well, we do still find the call. Interesting. Leaving the door open for Homunculus with Ace 5 in the big. Stupid spot for Homunculus, let me tell you. You think a 3-bet jam probably gets through every time. It's kind of difficult to actually pull it off, though. Homunculus makes it 6 bigs. Lip Piv gets the hell out of there. Rate a lot with 9-8 suited in the small, getting a great price. 4 blinds into about 15. 9-8 suited finds the call. Queen Jack, 6 flop. Straight draw and flush draw. Does rate a lot donk jam? No. Ace 5 is still best with the backdoor nut flush draw, backdoor straight draw. What do we do? What a stupid spot. Homunculus bets small 3 blinds. If I'm rate a lot, I just rip it in here. They find the call, bang off a spade on the turn. Homunculus might just rip it in. Blocking the nuts, obviously. 21 blinds in the middle, 8.4 behind, blocking the nuts. Hard not to bluff here. 30-bet pot. Homunculus got himself into a pickle. Like, could have just ripped it in pre, would have got it through. They're looking for a spade here. They still got equity. 7 of hearts on the river. The flush holds up for rate a lot. Interesting happening there. Homunculus gets after it. Unfortunately, is out of here in 6th place. Gets about 24 grand for their efforts. Let me tell you though, rate a lot's running fucking hot. 76 blinds. Huge stack. Very aggressive, getting after it, making the good plays. 8-7 for pads. Though, to be fair, that 9-8 suited. Straight draw and flush draw. Something in me tells me you might just want to rip it in on the flop because it's going to be difficult to play on the turn. Rate a lot. This is what I mean by running good. You bang off the flush on the turn. Your opponent blocks the nuts. Rips it in with about 15% equity. That's running good right there. And like, to be fair, rate a lot, if they check raise jam the flop, they probably just buy the pot versus ace 5-0, right? So it's an interesting little hand there. Like a 3-blind bet into a big pot. I don't know, man. It's an interesting hand. Rate a lot's the more experienced player, I would say, without a doubt. So gotta give them credit for their line. Anyways, we gotta move on here. 8-7's got bottom pair straight draw. European with the overcard, open-ended straight draw. That overcard is obviously no good. 3 is no good. They need a 7 or queen. A big bet might work. Full pot size. Difficult to call. Bottom pair, open-ended straight draw. We'll see if pads can find it. It looks to be a limp pot. Maybe a bet on the flop and a call. Anyways, we got a clean king on the river. Hard to imagine too much value bets by 9x, 10x would be getting thin on the king river. Ace-X might still go for a value bet. Then obviously there's 2 pairs and better. Just thinking about Pads' situation here. And there's going to be a whole bunch of just Jack-X and Queen-X that goes for the bluff on the turn. You hope gives it up on the river. European finds another full pot size bet with Jack high and Pads sitting here with bottom pair and a shit straight blocker. Block 7-6 and Jack 7. But I would suppose with the action in the pot would actually be a relevant straight blocker. Like you hope Queen Jack. Well, Queen Jack made a straight on the turn, so it wasn't even bluffing. Yeah. Anyways, we'll move on along. Nice pot for European. Get that little pair off the pot. King 4 for Pads on the button here with about 30 blinds is in a pickle. They will just let that go. European, 47 blinds from the small. Only playing 24 effective. We'll raise 3.5. Raise 4-4 for Lip Piv. My apologies. I thought that was like 7-4-0 or some shit. I don't know why my eyes didn't register. Small pocket pair probably just rips it in here. Big pot for Lip Piv. Gets a call. We got a big flip. Aces and 8s. A 7 now works. A queen works. We get the 7 on the river. Tough way to go it for Lip Piv. Their pair gets counterfeit. Ace high plays. European takes down a huge ass pot. After the 3-bet rip, calls it off with ace 8 suited blind on blind. European right back in there with king 9 suited. Ace 5 for serve limit in the small. Might put their life on the line. 4-handed with ace 5. $42,500 locked up. 10.5 blinds. We rip it in. 55% equity. King 9 suited has plenty of equity here. 45%. We get the call. Looking for kings and 9s. A 10 works. Ace on the turn is a good card, obviously, for serve limit. Only sweating the straight draw. King on the river means nothing. 7-4 suited for right a lot. We'll limp it in. Interesting spot. We would have expected a lot of raises from the small blind in this situation. Right a lot in first place. Pads in third. I had a 7 but didn't save him. Had a 7 but it didn't save him. Okay, serve limit. Always comes. Rate a lot. Ace 4 suited. We'll bet with the nut flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. Take the pot down and we're moving on along. Surf Lemon was talking about the 4s versus ace 8 there with the 7 on the river, I suppose. Just seemed like it came out of place as it was a little late. Anyways. King for Pads. Ace 5 suited for European. This could be a 3-bet rip from the small. European is also very aggressive to come, or very capable of coming in for a non-all-in 3-bet here from the small blind. Min raised by kings. Like European can make it like 5.5 or something stupid. No, they just rip it in. Kings will call, obviously. We're looking for aces, clubs, a bunch of 5s. We find the ace, dude. Kings are no good. European with a 3-bet bluff gets rewarded. Has 90 fucking blinds, dude. They hung out patiently. Ace 5 suited. Rip it in. I was thinking there's a world where European comes in for this nasty small 3-bet and then Pads clicks it back to like 10 blinds or something and European 4-bet or 5-bet rips. We just get the 3-bet jam and find an ace. European 90 blinds now. Queen 6 versus Queen 9. Top pair versus top pair. I think there's a world certainly where our kickers play. We got a bet and a call. Deuce on the turn is clean. I want to put a 4 or 2. That's a chop pot. So 4s and 2s are chop pots. What about an ace or king? Nope, that's not chop pot. Get another value bet on the turn here. Jack on the river's clean. Jack on the river's clean. We got a stack to pot ratio of 1-to-1. Serve Lemin block bets. Right a lot just calls. We'll take down a nice pot anywho, but I was kind of worried for Serve Lemin there. Top pair versus top pair. King Jack suited probably just rips it in for 12.5. We could always min raise, I suppose. Something tells me min raise. We just rip it in though. King Jack suited, that's a fair play. I'm just wondering, with our opponents being stupid aggressive, I wonder if we can get some action from such as a King 6-0 in the big blind. Anyways, King Jack rips, takes it down pre. Ace 3 for rate a lot will open from the button. Three-handed gets a call by Jack 8 in the big blind. Ace King Queen flop, rate a lot top pair. No kicker, bets 1.5. Serve Lemin with the straight draw to the 10, getting an interesting little price. Very, very unlikely their Jack is good here. It is possible though. Serve Lemin with the straight draw, we'll just let it go. Ace 9, 12 blinds, rips it in from the small, I would presume. Could also go for a min raise call. Serve Lemin just yoinks it in, making their life easy. 60% equity for them. They'll just take the pot down pretty. No bounty on the line. No reason for Jack 2 of diamonds to flick it in here. Rate a lot. Thinks about it for a second and finds the fold as they get a King Jack suited versus 10-10. Two big stacks might go to war here. European will 2-bet. Probably just like 3.5 blinds. And then the question is, does rate a lot want a 3-bet? No, we quickly call, get a King 7-2 flop. So not too spicy. It's not like aces versus kings. It's King Jack suited versus 10-10. Okay, one more page jump and I'm good. Yeah, Serve Lemin wants a big cooler here. Ace of diamonds on the turn. Ace of diamonds on the turn. There's 4 of them out there. This will just check down to the river. If I'm European, I don't bluff here. No reason to bluff 10-10. We don't beat a lot, but there's still some small pocket pairs. Maybe some Queen X or some shit. And then it's just like impossible to get value, so you just don't bet. 10-10 shows it down. Loses. Moves along and gets King in the small. Just calls from the small. Ace 7 suited for rate a lot. We got Queen 5 suited for Serve Lemin. I thought a 3-bet would have came in for sure with King, right? European says, I saw what happened to Kings last time. Ace 5 suited, 3-bet, took the pot down with a big ace on the flop there. European says, no, King, we just called pre, lead on the flop. Take the pot down, I presume. Ace 7 of diamonds has nothing going on here on the Jack 10 4 flop, no diamond. Interesting little play by the King and the King. Like, I wonder if there's a world where we 3-bet, get 4-bet. Probably sticking a 5-bet, even though we should just call. At that point, I think Ace 8 will rip it in for Serve Lemin. Like, I think when we've got such a short stack here and some 20 grand on the line, King 2 calls it off, flops top pair, say what? Looking for an ace, we get the 8 on the river, Serve Lemin throws out the GG. King 2-0 finds the call. I wonder if that's probably profitable for chips, but you'd just expect in this situation maybe a fold there. Anyways, King 2 finds the call with about like 36% equity. Did you get the money image come up too, European? He's kind of comments on the water call. Oh, maybe they're talking about some sort of software update. Very bizarre. Tough to see. Yeah, I wonder what they're talking about. Must be a software update. I thought European was making reference to what Raydelot saw in his head. He saw the money image pop up and he saw King 2 and he's like, can we click deal while we both find a way to get it off? Yeah, I wonder what's going on. There's some sort of software update that it looks like that we don't see it, but it's affecting the way the players are playing. 8-7 will go for a little 2/3 lead on the turn here. Looks like the flop Ace Jack 9 went check bet call. Queen 8 for Raydelot will get the fuck out of there with the same straight draw to the 10. So they pause for a deal for the time being. I probably should just skip through the ship, but I'm kind of curious to see if there's any comments on what's going on here. We're playing 90 some blinds deep. I don't really want to see how much longer we got left in the video, if we're being honest. So for that reason, I kind of just want to sit here. European says, I found it. Good stuff. We should be back to action right away. Table appearance, table display. European probably should have waited for Rate a Lot to say, yeah, hey dude, I got it too. Rate a Lot just hasn't said anything. European's like, okay, let's get back to action now that I've got it figured out. And then he tells them afterwards how to do it. I don't mind them. Okay, so Rate a Lot says whatever the fucking, I don't know, whatever's going on, he doesn't mind. European says, I can't fucking play with your stupid table display bullshit going on. Got a little king 5 for Rate a Lot. Backdoor straight draws, 2 overcards to the pair of 4s. European has that pair of 4s. middle pair. Finds the call on the flop. 7 on the turn is fucking interesting, as Rate a Lot does pick up the straight draw to the deuce or 7. European with a straight draw to the 5, as we see that on the river. 7 1/4 blinds will slide over to European here. A little pair of 5s. Probably doesn't want to put too many pennies in the middle. There's 7 1/4 blinds in the middle. European will bet full pot. Any 7 makes a straight, and I think a 2 as well. 6 5 4 3 2. Blinds go up as Rate a Lot does find the fold with the 5s. If you saw the I think it was a 10k WCOOP where Rate a Lot made the final table, or the fuck me, made it heads up. Of course he made it to the final table. But anyways, Rate a Lot made it heads up, and they kind of had a wackadoo heads up battle where they came in with this huge chip advantage. They kind of squandered it with a few questionable plays any which way you would think about it, and it'll be kind of interesting to see what Rate a Lot can get done here against European. A very strong player, ace 6. Sees a flop bet. We got the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw going on. Probably finding a call. Check raise is interesting. We just call reasonably. Get the 7 of spades on the turn. Action card. Rate a Lot with bottom pair and a flush draw. European straight draw, flush draw going on. Gets a free 9 of clubs on the river, pairing the board, draws a brick. Other than 8 6 and 6 4, of course. European blocks that, blocks the flush, checks the turn, or checks the river, fuck me. Rate a Lot with bottom pair of 3s will check it down and scoop the pot. But yeah, there was like an ace 2 on the button. Rate a Lot didn't open. His opponent just so happened to have queen. There was a second pair fold versus a third pair value bet on the river. Second pair hit the muck for Rate a Lot. Trying to think back, there was just a few weird hands where Rate a Lot kind of looked like he was lost. Looked like it was just an off day. Lots of money in the game. Emotions heat up. Sometimes you don't play your best. Just unfortunate that we all got to see it by Rate a Lot, who I know is a very capable player. So they got 6-3 suited here. They'll go for a little bluff ski. King 10 for European with the straight draw to the jack. Might hang in for a bet though. See what the river brings us, dealer. Again, a check raise is so crazy. It'd be so cool to see European just with the straight draw. King high doesn't really have a good reason to throw in the bluff. 6-3 will show it down on the deuce river, and King 10 does take the pot. Nice play by European. Queen 4 will raise and take it down pretty. And then one more thing to note about that other heads-up battle with Rate a Lot was there were so many buttons folded. That's another thing that was just ticking off in my brain, where it's like something's off. It almost looked like there was another person behind the screen. playing in Rate-A-Lot's shoes, if we're being honest. So they bang off 2 pairs here. It was such an interesting battle. Ace 2 sees about a half pot size bet. Looks to be a little bit bigger than that. We'll get the fuck out of there. 2 pairs takes the pot down. 6-6 versus Ace 3. We got a min raise, potentially a 3 bet. Maybe just a call and we see a flop. Call and we see a flop 8-3-2. Everything here today from Rate-A-Lot's been pretty fucking reasonable. It's only been like 20 hands, but the heads-up game's been very standard. It looks like Ace 3 with backdoor flush draw, second pair, sorry. Middle pair turns into third pair on the Jack of Hearts turn. Both players with the heart draw. Anyways, we might see another bet. Does European bet when the flush completes? They say no. We'll just take our pair of 6s to the river. 8 of clubs. Seems like we got another value bet there. At some point with the 6s, European says not on the turn. We'll wait to the river. The board does pair. If we get check raised, it's nasty, but there's still 3x and 2x. King highs maybe? I don't know. But European finds the value bet with the 6s. And we will have to skip through the break here. 8-7 versus Duck. 64 blinds deep. Deuces call. We get a 10-3-3 flop. Flop goes check. Deuces still best here. No straight draw for Rate-A-Lot here. Deuces lead about 3/4 pot. Hard to call. 8 high, no draw. Rate-A-Lot's a non-believer. Somehow still in the hand. We thinking about a raise here? I don't know, but Rate-A-Lot goes in the tank almost and finds the fold. Ace 10 versus Ace Queen. We should have a little bit of a juiced pot here. Rate-A-Lot will 3 bet, and then European could think about a 4 bet bluff or just call. Small 3 bet, 6.5 blinds leads me towards call. Jack 6-4 flop. Small flop bet. Ace 10 no heart. Backdoor straight draw. We might fold. European says no. We are off to the turn here. 6 of spades. We got some chop pots on a jack or 4. Rate-A-Lot bets another 12 blinds though. Ace Queen. Putting the Ace 10 in a fucking pickle, dude. Nice play by Rate-A-Lot to go for another bet here though, I think. It's hard to imagine this is a bluff. It's probably just a value bet. There's still so many draws out there. You don't expect some sort of like 7-5 suited, right? You gave him a good price pre with the small 3 bet. So it's an interesting pot once you start to think about the range when you remember that you gave him the good price pre-flop to come along with a lot of suited connected stuff. This Queen 5 will take a stab there on the Ace high board, take down a single raise pot. 10-2 European will open the button. We get an Ace 9-6 flop. King 5 for Rate-A-Lot will defend the big blind. Three on the turn. 10-2, no good. Doesn't have any equity. Well, looking for a 10 or 2, I suppose. No draw. European bets 1.7. We get a 6 on the river, pairing the board. Rate-A-Lot with King high is best. 5 is kind of dinky. You block some straight draws that missed. River goes check. Anywho, 10 high shows it down. That's no good. Rate-A-Lot will take it with the King high. Good shit. Rate-A-Lot back in first place. You like to see it. I am kind of rooting for Rate-A-Lot, but I was starting to think more about European situation. Like, surely they watched the final table. Surely they watched the heads-up battle where Rate-A-Lot kind of gave away the big chip advantage with some questionable plays. Europeans probably licking their lips here. Says we're playing super deep heads up against an opponent who came off a shaky performance. European says, that's just fucking music to my ears, dude. 7-5-0 will open the button, take it down pre. So I gotta say, everything I've said about Riddlot's past performance doesn't really seem like it's come into play here today. It was kind of just a one-off. Maybe there's a few too many big blinds that are folded. I don't think so, though. Like 7-5-0, here we are in the big. It's really easy to sit back and nitpick at a player's performance, watching from the sidelines. As I sit here trying to nitpick Riddlot's performance. And they're just doing pretty good. Hanging in there with European here. 9-7 comes in for the open. 10-6 will defend the big blind with a call. Queen Jack 9 board. Interesting shit. Both players with backdoor flush draws. European with the straight draw to the 8 or king. Riddlot with bottom pair. Bottom pair will check back the flop. Doesn't want to get blown off with a check raise. We get the 5 of clubs on the turn. Both players do pick up that club draw. Europeans kind of got the bluffing hand here. With the straight draw and flush draw. Riddlot finds the call with bottom pair and flush draw. We both bang off a club on the river. Hard for European to get called by too much worse. So they go for a small bet here. Riddlot will find the call, pipping him with the 7 of clubs. Nice job by Riddlot to hang in there. A little pair of 9s, not easy to do. Queen Jack versus Ace Queen. We'll get a raise and a 3-bet. I would imagine we call facing the 3-bet. Riddlot will go post flop in position. Super deep here with European. 7 blind 3-bet, 5 to call into a pot of 14 and a quarter. We get a king 7-3 flop. $64 blinds behind. European bet super small. You'll love to see it with Queen Jack. We got 3 in a row, but I don't even know if we call here. King high board. We don't have any overcards. Just a backdoor straight draw. Ace Queen will take the pot. Pretty boring flop there. Ace 3 opens it up. Queen Jack. Riddlot probably just calls. We'll see 3 cards dealer. King 10 flop. Open ender for Riddlot. Europeans ace high is best. They go for a 1 blind bet on the paired board with flush draw and straight draws out the ass. Riddlot punishes it with a check raise with the Queen Jack. And takes the pot down. That was a nasty small 3-bet. It was like 1.7 to call. Anyways, Riddlot takes it down. Queen 6 will open it up from the button. Jack 4 defends the big. We get a 9-4-4 flop. Riddlot wisely checks it back. 3 on the turn. The flush completes. Queen 6 probably doesn't put too many pennies in the middle. 4x with the club draw. Do we check? Thinking check raise? No. European leads out large. Queen high for Riddlot is getting curious here. Took them a while, but they find the fold in the end. Nicely done. Queen 2, European will open. 6-5. I think Riddlot defends with a call. Ace 4, 2 flop. Bottom pair versus straight draw to the 3 with 2 live cards with the 6 and 5. European bets a blind in position with that bottom ass pair. Riddlot thinking check raise again, I think. There it is. They go bigger this time, though, so it's always interesting to see the change of pace. 3.86 blinds, about 2.9 to call. To a pot of 11, almost 12. Actually 12. 6 on the turn, that's good for Riddlot. We got 12 blinds in the middle. Bottom pair versus second pair and straight draw. Queen 2 somehow hung in there. What a stupid spot for European. Do we start blasting off? Because our 2's never good here. Now we check it down to the river. We get the 3. Riddlot will lead with the straight 7 blinds into 12. Hard to fucking call here with a pair of 2s, dude. You can maybe try to bluff him off the pot. Obviously won't work. Other than that, there's not much we can do. We just gotta fold, European. Let it go. He raises, try to bluff him off the pot. Rate-A-Lot's got like the second nuts, finds the call. Loses to 7-5. Queen 2 goes for the blast off. Rate-A-Lot's past performance might have actually made him all the equity up in the world there. Can you imagine if Rate-A-Lot sat back in his house? He's just like, man, okay, so I'm gonna come into WCOOP here, make a final table early on, get heads up, completely blast off in the 10K, play like shit. We'll just get that performance out of the way, and then every heads up battle afterwards, I'm gonna get so many blast offs by my opponent. That would have been some next level wizardry by Rate-A-Lot. As Queen 2 calls on the flop. Ugh, turn went check, right? I think. And a bet when the straight completes. And a big blast off to like 21 blinds by European with the bottom pair that has no showdown value. It's an interesting situation brewing for Rate-A-Lot during this WCOOP here. Ace 10 suited. European will take down a little one there. King 5 comes in for the open. Ace 7 in the big blind. Probably not going to 3-bet. Just finds the call. 8-3-2 flop. European with some backdoor equity. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Kings and 5s are good. Ace high still best for Rate-A-Lot at this point in time. European still goes for a huge bet, dude. It's interesting. It works out here. Maybe that's part of European's play as well. Man, is that European's adjustment to strategy? Just go for some huge bets against opponent you think might be overfolding? I guess so. Anyways, here 8-9 suited. We'll open the button. Yeah, like when you think about the Queen 2 blast off with no showdown value, it's like bet huge because I think my opponent might overfold, maybe even 2 pairs. Probably not a set, but maybe. Interesting play by European. But the mind games are deep here in the heads up battle. Jack 5 will open and take it down pre. King and a 3 for Rate-A-Lot. Opening it up 2-2 for European in the big blind. Ace 6-5 flop. European with the under pair and flush draw. Sees a small bet. Hard not to go to the turn here. King 3 finds second pair. European looking for a deuce or spade, however. Rate-A-Lot does not slow down. I thought the pair might just check on the turn here. Rate-A-Lot says there's still more value to be had, Brendan. Keep firing away. Bet small. Get called by the single spade hands. Potentially some straight draws. Maybe a 6 or 5 jack of diamonds on the river. Probably goes check. Rate-A-Lot takes down a 13.5 blind pot. Nicely done. 10-10 faces the min 3-bet by Jack 8 suited. Say what? Bad timing by Rate-A-Lot. And again, I think this is a situation where European doesn't go too much larger than 9 blinds. I was thinking, do we ever size down and make it like 7? Just disrespect them as we get a Queen 9-2 flop. Looks like Rate-A-Lot called the 3-bet or the 4-bet. So we get an open 10-10 on the button. Min 3-bet to 3 blinds by Jack 8 suited. 4-bet to 9 blinds by European. A call. Queen 9-2 flop goes check. 4 on the turn. Rate-A-Lot leads out a third pot with a straight draw to the 10. Can you imagine how disastrous a 10 would be? European would make a set. Rate-A-Lot makes the straight. European raises the turn. We will not see any of that. No disaster here today. European takes it down with the pair. Blinds go up. Pretty well tied up the heads up battle here now. 10-10 again versus Queen 10 suited. Another 3-bet, this time to 6.5 blinds. What the fuck's going on here? Rate-A-Lot might think they've got a read going on. to be fair, Europeans opened a lot of buttons. We've seen all the bullshit, including like Jack 2-0, 7-5-0, which is good aggressive poker, heads up. But Rated Lot says, I think you're opening way too much, dude. Queen 10 comes in for a 3-bet, even goes for a 1 blind bet on the flop here. King, king, king. European with the boat. Finds the raise to 7 blinds, trying to get ace high, queen high to call. Probably some worse pocket pairs in there as well. 9s through 6s maybe at least. To 6s, 3-bet pre? I don't know, man. Anyways, we got a 9 on the turn, so a straight draw to the jack. The queen also works for a rate a lot. We got fucking 27 blinds in the middle, only 48 behind. European doesn't have to bet too big here after the flop raise. Although rate a lot can't really hang in there, right? Queen high, we beat jack 10, I suppose. Half pot size bet. Kind of a stupid sizing for this situation for us with queen 10. Can't really call there with a straight draw on a 3 of a kind on the flop. Anyways, rate a lot does move along. European, the beneficiary of a couple of pocket 10s, will 3-bet the king 9 suited and take it down pre. 10-2 versus jack 2. European will open the button, rate a lot will fold the big, and we're off to the next one. 6-5, rate a lot will open it up. European with an 8 and a 4 in the big blind. We'll just let go of that bullshit there. A6 versus jack 6, we get an open and a call usually. Rate a lot. We'll just let this one go. I think jack 6 is a defend there. What does it matter though? It's 40 some blinds deep. Obviously we were dominated. Anyways, e3 suited, we'll open it up. Ace 3 defends the big blind. Jack 10-2 flop. Alright, a lot will bet 1.5. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. European with a backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw as well. Check raises with the ace high dominating rate a lot's 8-3. Hard for rate a lot to call, but a 3-bet could come in, which would be fucking nasty, dude. No, of course not. 8 high hits the muck. Ace king versus queen 2 suited. We get an open, a 3-bet. 4-bet is not going to happen. A call could. Oof. 4 blinds into 12 and a half, or 12 and a quarter, sorry. Queen 2 does come along in position. We get a 10-8-7 flop. 1 club for European. I don't know if that's enough to hang in there facing the quarter pot size bet. A raise? I don't know, man. Seems too crazy. Probably just fold. A raise does come in though. 9.5 blinds. Ace king suited. Backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. 2 over cards. Let's go to the turn. With a rip? No way, man. No way. We don't just 3-bet the flop. To like 15 blinds. No way. We just fold ace king. European gets away with one there. Oh no, rate a lot. It's happening. I mean, they started off the heads-up battle pretty well even, and you're playing against European. There's no reason to imagine that this one was locked up for rate a lot at any point in time. Who finds top pair versus 3 of a kind? Feels like you're getting bullied. You're going to go for a value bet at some point, right? There's 2 flush draws, straight draws out the ass, 4 on the river. Double paired board. You got top pair. Everything misses, dude. You got to at least call the river bet. It's going to be huge, like 8.5. Yeah, just 2x the pot, quick call, and you see the bad news. Man, that's nasty. 7-7 versus 8-7. You check it down on the turn, trying to just keep the pot small. Your opponent 2x bets the pot on the river. Oof. Life is rough for rate a lot. Rough start to the WCOOP. Makes me feel better about my cards. Jack 10. Bets 1 blind with the straight draw. 2 live cards with the jack in 10. European with bottom pair is a non-believer. Will hang in there. Bang! 3 of a kind on the turn. Raid-A-Lot's got a good reason to continue firing here. Ah, but European takes away the betting lead with a lead on the turn. Raid-A-Lot gets the hell out of there. 3 of a kind, no more action. Queen 2 suited in the big. Europeans got 100 fucking blinds, dude, with 9-8 on the button. They'll open it up. 21 behind for the queen and the 2. Jack 10 5 flop. Stupid board. Raid-A-Lot can't even make top pair and feel good. European will make a straight. 7 on the turn. That's a straight as well. Raid-A-Lot's just drawing dead. European with the nuts. To be fair, he's ran pretty well. That ace king 3-bet and then the queen 2 call. You see a 10-8-7 flop or something stupid. Rainbow board, and you just raise the lead because you're like, well, you probably don't have a pair, bro. And ace king hits the muck. Like, that's running bad for Raid-A-Lot, right? And then your opponent also has to play very fucking good, which is the European, so you'd expect that. A tough show for Raid-A-Lot. Ace 9-7 flop, gets a call out of the big blind. We bang off the flush for Raid-A-Lot. European with the straight draw to the 10, that doesn't matter. They can't make a boat, the board is locked up. Jack 8 will make a pair on the river, that doesn't matter. 4 1/4 blinds in the middle, we see a 5.5 blind. Bet on the river, slight overbet. Jack 8 probably doesn't like a call, but a rip on the river as a bluff would be interesting. Jack 8 just hits the muck. Queen 10 suited, we'll limp it on in. 8-7, we'll check it on back. Jack 10 4 flop. Little pair of 10s, bets a blind, straight draw, backdoor flush draw for European. Think about a check raise here. Finds the call instead, picks up the flush draw on the 4 hearts turn. Will lead on out 3/4 pot probably. Here's the lead by flush draw and straight draw. Queen 10 calls, 9 of hearts on the river. Okay, Raid-A-Lot is running horrific. I don't know if there was much you can do about this one here. Your opponent was just going to go runner for a flush. If you face the rip on the river, the show could be over. There's like 4x. There's still like, oh, 8-7 of diamonds made a straight. Nice fold by the pair of 10s there. Queen 10 versus ace king suited. Hopefully this doesn't get in pre, but it could. It does. Queens and 10s dealer. Backdoor straight draw comes in on the turn. Queen 10 or 9. We don't find it. European with the ace king will hold up and get the job done. Gets the 100k there. Tough showing for Raid-A-Lot. Like 85 to 87 blinds. Oh, I think he knocked out Servleman, right? Yeah, so he had the slight chip advantage, but that's not quite the same as I think it was the 10k where it was like 100 blinds to maybe 20. Raid-A-Lot started off the heads up battle, slowly got picked away at with some questionable plays, but in the end, this one here today was just European ran so much better, and also had some interesting plays to lead up to the heads up battle. There was the ace 8 call it offers 4-4 to win the flip there. I don't know why I'm trying to skip through all this. But then there was the ace 5 suited versus king king, where pads got knocked out. Interesting play. But you see where European's coming from. He ran so much better than everybody. Took down the 5k here today. Anyways, that's the end of the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. Got some more WCOOP action coming on up for you. And if you got any comments or suggestions on improving the show, fire them down in the comments below. And until next time, adios amigos.